All right, welcome back. We're going to jump into some more news, see what's going on. We're just going to go through some articles. Some of them might be old, but it's still relevant as far as trying to imagine what's going to be happening in the near future. So we're going to jump right in. We've got a post from Colin Brown. I don't have that followed. Let me see. Right there. All right. So from Colin Brown, breaking on December 30th, USDT faces delisting from EU exchanges. Most of us should have been keeping up with that already. Enter RLUSD, the new stablecoin king. I can't be sure about that, but it makes sense. Like, I would suggest, like, that's a big possibility based on the fact that how fast it's going to move and it's trusted. All right, the future of digital finance starts now. So they've got a video posted here. It's only 1 minute and 5 seconds, so we'll go ahead and check it out.
Ripple, a new stable coin backed by the US dollar, now available to trade. Would you use Ripple to pay for things?
It's not going to do much for retail, and it likely won't be integrated into the payment economy for some time, if ever. At first, it might be best for facilitating cross-border payments. Think institutional support, since it is a stable coin. It has a one-to-one backing with the US dollar that allows it to essentially bridge the gap between digital asset and traditional finance. It could be seen as attractive to banks and businesses involved in cross-border payments and remittances. It allows for a faster settlement time. I was talking to Eleanor Terrett. She knows everything crypto here at Fox Business. She says if you look at Ripple's advisory board, you have big wigs on there like the former FDIC chair, Sheila Bair, so they're looking to add legitimacy to it.
Mike, I just don't see cryptos as a medium of exchange. You know, we're not going to buy and sell things with crypto.
We've talked about it for years that Bitcoin would be used that way. It hasn't as of yet. It's still managed to go up, but I don't see a world at any time soon where we're using that to buy and sell things.
That would be very foolish to believe that. Based on the first statement, she said institutions will be moving money across borders and banks. And when they find out, well, they already know how easy and safe it is. That's 100. But you'd be a fool to listen to what those two guys said and believe that's true. It's not. Let me tell you. If you've ever moved money on a crypto network such as XRP or XLM or Hedera Hashgraph or XDC, you can send people money instantaneous, 3 seconds. It's done. They've got the money, And then if they can take that said money, we've seen in previous videos, the guy in Palau making that payment to a store. Do you not think a store, that means they don't have to have those Brinks trucks coming to collect money, right? They don't have to do that. Those transactions were digital to the company's wallet. Do you understand? They can then API that to some type of other company that tracks the movement of your crypto. They've got there's so many of them, like Coinly's one of them. Oh my God, it's the coin tracker. It's a bunch of them. And you can connect to them, especially if they get better and add more currency. But they don't even need much. They just need the main currencies. So you can put those things on a tracker API. And what that does is bank keeping. It bank keeps your transactions, okay? Then you add into effect AI doing its transactions. And all this is API. Your bookkeeping and everything goes away. It's all now on a ledger, a public ledger, which
Ripple, a new stable coin backed by the US dollar, now available to trade.
Which can, you can send this information over for tax purposes. The federal government can track all this stuff. All they got to do is tap into these apps or companies that API these records, and all your bookkeeping is digitally transacted, and it's tracking itself. So all you have to do is have that wallet, because each wallet is going to be tracked. So for instance, I go into a store and I scan and make a payment from my wallet to your wallet, right? Well, my wallet, and so this leads to another conversation, but my wallet, you would know my wallet's attached to me if I'm attached to an exchange. And so the exchange is how I could pull money out and turn it into actual money that goes into my bank. So that's how you would know me attached to my wallet. But the United States government, I believe, wants to have you attached to your wallet name, you the person attached KYC to that wallet. And I don't really think that's a bad thing, because in their system that allows them to track for tax purposes and everything else. And we're not going to have the tax conversation because the new administration might be doing something a little different, but we're not having that conversation now. But just think literally on what they're saying. What they're saying is illogical, but what the lady was saying, that makes a lot of sense. Again, institutions dealing in cryptocurrency for the sake of moving money between nations, institutions, enterprises, big banks, yada da 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 da. But let's continue. All right, Finance Brothers. Let's follow that. Things I don't have followed, right? So Brett Garlinghouse of Ripple is confident crypto market to be worth $5 trillion by December 31st. I was hoping it would get there, but the institutions didn't bring enough money in, and the retail market does not have that money. Ripple CEO confirmed to Fox News reporter at $5 trillion market, XRP becomes worth $89.50. Highly, now we're talking about the things that I think about. That was highly possible. If we see a $5 trillion market, I would suspect we'd see maybe a $60-something XRP, but 89 is not bad either. I take that. And that's when I say, I see a $7, $8, $9, $10 trillion market. I see a $159, $160 XRP price, right? So that's how I see it. The total market, right? The total market now is like 3.3 or 3.4 trillion. So we're talking about the total market here in the States. And again, this is why I separate the mindset of it's by the United States or by countries. It just makes more sense that way. But anyways, let's check this out. Let's see what's being said here.
Recently predicted that the crypto market will double in size to $5 trillion by the end of 2024. That is a big prediction just by the end of this year.
Yeah, I don't even feel like it's that big a prediction when you step back. And, like any market, this is driven by supply and demand. You have decreasing supply for a whole bunch of reasons, the halving of Bitcoin being an important one. You have an increasing demand, the ETF being a key part of that. And I think it's also people realizing that crypto plays a role as an asset. It's a $2.5 trillion market. Maybe it's a little less than that now. But so it's basically just predicting it's going to double by the end of the year. And if anything, I think I probably underpredicted that.
I recently predicted that the crypto market will double in size.
Yeah, so that was probably an old video when he said 2.2 trillion, right? So that was before Trump made his statement. So that's clearly an old video, but nonetheless, we did see the market get to like 3.7, 3.8, it was getting close. I think it was getting close to a $4 trillion market. So close to the prediction. And we did see, because XRP is still over $2, right? But again, it's not the retail market that's going to increase the price of XRP. Like that's not who's going to do it. It's going to have to be institutional money coming in directly for those transactions to run on that network. And that's where the money's going to come from to grow XRP. Do not look for the retail market. We don't have this money. We don't have this money to do that. All right, so let's continue. Kenny Nguyen. I don't know if that's silent or whatever, but Binance is blocking European users from receiving USDT Tether. All European crypto exchanges must delist USDT by December 30th due to MiCA non-compliance. I don't know how true that is, but this is what he's sharing. USDT Tether USA not supported in receiver's country, right? So there it is right there. Boom. Is it because of this? I don't know. Wild speculation. But for some reason, they not accepting it. What happened in the United States? Again, the United States said, XRP, no. And what you saw all these exchanges delist. Did that change anything in other countries? No, they kept right on using XRP. But anyways, well, clearly there's a screen. They took a picture of their phone showing exactly what it is, right? So, and I don't know why the search history is XRP, receiver's currency. I guess they were trying to buy XRP with USDT, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, let's move along. XR, okay, wow. Focus derivatives, XRP will add 5 trillion to market cap overnight. Yeah, possibly. We haven't seen it, but I do expect the big big companies to get involved. Ripple Labs Incorporated, derivatives market 500 trillion, commodities market 150 trillion. Is that 150 trillion? Wow. It says T. Corps and bonds 58 trillion. Government bonds 28 trillion. Whatever that says. 15 trillion, 50 trillion, 100 trillion. I mean, at some point in time, I do expect a lot of the money to turn into digital because nobody wants to deal in actual paper money, and those transactions are garbage. So I do expect at some point in time. Cointelegraph has something there. Tokenized asset security could revolutionize, will, and it's coming. It will. All right, Crypto Sensei. XRP holders, Ripple is about to make history overnight. Okay, history overnight. We're not going to watch a 14-minute video, but we will check out a little bit what's going on here.
The derivatives market right now has quadrillions of dollars flowing through it every single year. Right now, the ISDA and other institutions that process derivatives are moving to the blockchain. This video is going to be about XRP, Ripple, the ISDA, and derivatives. This is what could send XRP to an extremely high price if we're able to get access and start processing derivatives on the XRP ledger. So let's start here. Just in, Ripple becomes a member of the ISDA, officially partnering with over 1,000 institutions in 79 countries. This is really big news. Last year, derivatives industry body ISDA releases digital asset standards. Yesterday, the International Swaps and Derivatives Association published definitions for digital asset derivatives. It also released one of 2 white papers on what happens in the event of a bankruptcy. I think this was about FTX. The initial set of ISDA definitions cover non-deliverable forwards and options for Bitcoin and Ether. However, the association sees that as a starting point that could include tokenized securities and other DLT-based assets in the future. The definitions don't apply to data. So listen, they are working to move the derivatives market on to blockchain. All right. The reason that this is important is the ISDA, like I said, has 1,000 member institutions in 76 countries. Also, here is some financial information about the ISDA that I was able to find through ChatGPT. It says the International Swaps and Derivatives Association does not directly process financial transactions. It says it plays a pivotal role in standardizing and promoting the safe and efficient derivatives market globally. The actual processing of derivative transactions is conducted by market participants, including banks, financial institutions, and central counterparties. As of June 2023, the global over-the-counter derivatives market and notional outstanding amount is $714 trillion. Let that sink in, okay? $714 trillion. Amount is $714 trillion and central counterparties. As of June 2023, the global over-the-counter derivatives market and notional outstanding amount is $714 trillion. Let that sink in, okay?
I would ask the question, when you say over the counter, are you saying not recorded? I got a question there.
Okay. $714 trillion. We know that banks, central banks, and financial institutions are wanting to move to blockchain. Why? Because right now, with the advancement of quantum computers, I don't think Web 2 is very safe. Once bad actors get a hold of a quantum computer, they can do some crazy stuff. And so when you move these markets and infrastructures to blockchain,
I would say not so much that as it is how much money that the banks are saving and how much more transactions they can do and how they can track everything, and they can go from losses, any money losses, to gaining all that back, especially when we talk about loans and everything else. Like, I look at all the money that's lost. This new system, you can't shake anything off you. Like, it's going to be attached to you in your wallet forever. So I would say maybe more of that side.
That can help protect those financial markets. And so imagine getting even 10% of $700 trillion on the XRP ledger. That would be $70 trillion on the XRP ledger. That alone could send XRP into the hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. It's really crazy, okay? And this talks a little bit more about who they are, but we did cover that really well already. Real world tokenization is poised to drive greater efficiency, accessibility, and transparency across the global financial markets, and its growth can be largely attributed to the rise of DeFi protocols and increasing interest from financial institutions and governments. Here is something that Cypress Smart Corp pulled, right? 16 trillion by 2030. Personally, I think this could be a lot higher. Looks like banking report says real world asset tokenization could see a 50x growth, potentially reaching 10 trillion. If you take a look how much money these banks have as they move this value onto blockchain, we are going to capture some of this on the XRP ledger. And then also you have something called.
And I would say there, when you talk about the banks, we saw Capital One. Let's back up. All right, Citi. So they have a base of 4 trillion, right? I guess. Is that saying what they have? I guess. If that's saying what they have, if you imagine they say, okay, we want real-time instantaneous transactions and we want everything on that ledger tracked, and so we don't lose, there's no slippage, we don't lose any money, everything's 100, then they would probably want to move to a crypto network, and they would want to move to a stable coin, because you don't want to miss a drop of your money if you're a bank and this is how you make money, right? And you're also going to want to have your bonds and derivatives and all that stuff as well on the crypto network. So if you say, okay, well, 4 trillion, right? Let's say, well, they have to buy assets, right, to get into that. So let's say they say, okay, well, we're going to send 800 million or 800 billion into it. There's a problem here. There's a big problem here. You're not going to be able to buy XRP if you take 4 trillion and buy XRP. You're going to screw forgive me, you're going to screw the market quick, and that's just one banking institution. So you would have to slowly bring all this stuff in. And here's the thing: if you're bringing this much money into something like XRP by itself, which you can't do, you're going to have to use other networks. I'm full of that. Like, I know that's what you got to do. But let's just say you want to onboard, you would really have to have a really expensive XRP to be able, because just imagine 0.0003 of Bitcoin is how many US dollars, right? So you would have to have, if this is what these big banks and institutions want, then you would have to have a really expensive XRP in order for them to bring this much money. Like, that's a lot. If you, I don't know, but if this is what you're trying to bring into the XRP ledger, this shit will cause problems. Like, I mean, good, bad, whatever, it's going to cause fucking problems. Like, you can't have, like, you would literally have to have shit, man. Like, your XRP would have to be going for 100, 200, 300,000, man, if this is how much money you're bringing in. We're talking about trillions. If Citi wanted 4 trillion of their money to be turned into XRP, I mean, shit, man, that's a lot of problems. Not saying that that's what they want, but if that's what you were thinking and you were doing, you can't have no cheap ass XRP. It's impossible, because if you, God, man, let's just do this, right? Let's just simply do this. All right, I want to move today from Citi. I want to move 500 billion dollars, RLUSD dollars. I want to move 500 billion dollars, right? And then we haven't added the rest of them in. Then I'm going to move it, right? I have to have XRP enough to move that, right? So how many XRP would I need to have to move that, right? You've been thinking, well, it's $2 now, right? So it's got to be times 2, right? But it's like, they don't have that much XRP in existence to allow that to happen. What is it, 100 billion, right? XRP. So if it's 100 billion XRP, you're talking about trillions of dollars you want to be moving. It's like 100 billion. It's not trillions. I think it's like 100 billion. What is it? I don't even remember. I have to look. Hold on. Let me go look that up. That's crazy. I'm just thinking about this, and this shit is looking crazy. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. Bear with me for 1 second. This is crazy. Let's go see. Let's see. XRP. Boom. All right. Maximum supply is 100 billion. This caused mathematical problems in my head. So many mathematical problems. There's 100 billion XRP. And if you were to get 4 trillion, you're not, right? You would have to multiply the price in outrageous numbers, right? You're not, even if you bought 1 trillion at $2, you're not. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That price is going to fly through the roof, which means you couldn't come out and buy 100 trillion. You would have to go straight to the source. Let's look at this again. I'm looking at CoinMarketCap on my device. There's a total supply now that's out circulating. 57 billion XRP are in circulation. Fully diluted market is 200. Let me see. 243.42 billion. And that's dollars. That's dollars, right? The circulating supply is 57 billion XRP. The total supply of the circulating that exists that can circulate, well, is 99.99 billion, but the maximum supply is 100 billion. So my question is, right, there's 100 billion maximum supply, right? Like, and that means the 99 is the total supply, then there's still a percentage and amount locked up. If you're trying to bring in, we're just looking at Citi. If you're trying to bring in 4 trillion, there's no fucking way you're going to be less than $1,000 minimum per XRP. I mean, just try to do the numbers on that. That's fucking insane. You're not fucking buying $4 trillion worth of XRP because it's no way possible. You got to remember, all these institutions want to use this shit. This is, if that's all you've got, and even if you go add on other crypto networks, you're not dead. Fuck, man. Just think about it. Let's say you said, okay, well let's add XLM, let's add HBAR, let's add XDC, let's add CeeLo, let's add all these other networks, just so these banks can onboard their money to the digital side and then have these digital transactions that are instantaneous. You don't have enough. This is my thoughts on this. You don't have enough fucking networks in cryptocurrency. You would have to create more networks and currencies to do this, right? Because if you wanted $4 trillion worth of RLUSD or USDC, let's see if you went to fucking XLM's network. You're not. XLM would have to be fucking thousands of dollars for you to do that. All of them would have to be. That's a lot of fucking money. There's no fucking way. Like 2 trillion, 3.5 trillion, 4 trillion. Yeah, you're not. What? Let me look at this shit. Let's go to Bitcoin and see something real quick. Let's go to Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin has a circulating supply of 19 million, and at that 19 million, there is $2 trillion inside of that. So that $2 trillion inside of that has given us a $102 Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up today. Look at that shit. Well, the day of recording, because you're not going to see this the day I recorded it. No, the day of recording this, Bitcoin's at $102,000. All right, so at a market cap of 2 trillion, with only 19 million Bitcoins circulating, with a total supply of its total supply is out there, a maximum supply of 21 million, which means there's a little bit that's still untouchable. It's at 2 trillion, and at 19, almost 20 million of them, 20 million total supply. It's $102,000, right? Now, who's using right there? There's only $2 trillion in use for Bitcoin. If you talk about 4 trillion, 3.5 trillion, 2 trillion, 10.9, if this money comes in looking to get on XRP's network for the basis of transacting those transactions across borders, bank to bank, institution to institution, enterprise to enterprise, you're out your fucking mind. Like, that would literally make Bitcoin's numbers look childish. Like, you would have to have a very expensive XRP for that. And I'm not saying that that's what it is. But if you bring $9 trillion in just to touch XRP, you're gonna run up on Bitcoin's price really quick. And I could be wrong, but fuck that shit. I don't think so. I think honestly, when you're talking about trillions, and we're 100 billion, like, if you're talking about 9 trillion, you're not talking about the rest of the banks that are in existence. And then we didn't even talk on a global level. Like, I don't say global because whatever, that's a whole nother conversation. We're talking about with all countries involved. There's no fucking way. Like, unless I don't know, but let's just say that Ripple has 100 billion in another country, and the other country has 100 billion, and another country has 100 billion, right? Let's say that's how it works. I don't know. I could be wrong. But if that's how it works, then you still have run up on the same problem. Let's just say only the United States has access to 100 billion Ripple on our network, because we're just looking at our network. If it's just 100 billion, and then you have all these institutions in the United States trying to bring their trillions on board, I mean, shit, man. You're only talking 2 trillion in Bitcoin. This is some fucked up numbers. The math becomes crazy, and I'm not even contemplating right now. I'm just like, I don't want to think about it. That really means, like, that's a lot of trillions. And that's crazy, man. And then we talk about all of the networks that can do what XRP does. You still don't have enough. And we're just talking here in the United States. So if what Trump said was to get all these banks and institutions in the United States knowing that they're not going to pay taxes on their XRP transactions, or their Hedera transactions, or XLM's transactions, or any of the other networks that they use to bring their money into this network, if that's what he means by that, and they want to onboard, they're going to onboard to all those networks. So you would have the possibility to have some stupid fucking numbers based on motherfuckers trying to bring in trillions. That's crazy. I don't even want to think about that anymore. I'll just leave that out there for you all to calculate. But just think about that. Go to your CoinMarketCap and look at the total amount of coins that exist in our market. And let's just think about our market alone, because it might just be our market separate from everybody else's. I could be wrong, but I just think it could be that way. That would be some expensive, fucking crazy expensive. Like, if you're paying like a fucking $1 for XLM, and you know that trillions of dollars have to come into XLM or Hedera or XDC. If you're paying 10 cents for XDC, and you know trillions got to run on XDC, hundreds of billions got to run on XDC, then you wouldn't give two shits about spending hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars in something like that. Because the main kicker is, and I'm gonna kill it here, the main kicker is they've admitted that this year is going to be a crypto year of all, and you're not going to pay taxes on select cryptos. That shit, I'm looking for money right now. I want to buy now. I'm telling you that, right? I need money now to go buy more, because if these are the numbers that they're talking about, you know, city 4 trillion, you out of your fucking mind. You cannot. Shit, man, you're talking about $100. You got a $200 Solana. That's cool, but who gives a fuck, right? Oh, this for Solana. Man, who really gives a fuck? If these people know, if Citi knows that they're not going to pay taxes on XRP, XLM, Hedera, XDC, whatever the fuck these coins are, and they know they're not going to pay taxes on that shit to do those transactions, to have that so they can then get something like RLUSD or USDC running on those networks to do their transactions and accept payments and everything else. They're not getting that from Solana. No. So who gives a fuck? A $200 Solana? Who gives a flying fuck? Like, who cares about that? I suspect to see fucking $200 XRP and Hedera and XLM and XD, all these other motherfuckers. Like, why would you even give a fuck about Solana? Like, why? If these companies are not going to pay taxes and they can do transactions in these other cryptocurrencies, why would I care about anything else? Like, I think that deads everything. This is a no-brainer. This is $4 trillion alone, Citi. That's crazy, man. I'm done. I'll catch y'all on the next one.